drone. Flirt with the fire of progress we made. Bought it back at the cost of our fate. No touch feels real, no voice sounds true. The future's here, but it ain't for you. We scream for freedom, sold for a bite. Fingers tight, wars no one wants to fight. Robots laugh beneath synthetic skies. We're born as ghosts in this digital life. Chained to the screens they built to enslave. No escape from the power we gave. AI whispers your soul ain't your own. Dancing on the ruins of a broken drone.
What's the second thought? There is no second pass.
All right, guys.
Good evening,
here we are
Crypto
at
Chaos.
McDonald's,
Good evening,
wrecking
good
my
evening.
work.
Welcome
got
back.
out of my car. We're gonna go back to work.
To hopefully
and,
a less
see if we can talk to some of these kids.
Less scuffling
Get
this
them invested
morning,
in
boy.
some crypto.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. How's it
All right,
going,
here we
guys?
go.
How's it going? Brandon White's here in the chat. What's up,
Here we
Chaos Peeps?
go.
What's up? We have a very long
going to
episode. I'm sure it's going to be
McDonald's.
long after President Trump comes
I'm
out at about
loving
9
it,
p.m.
yeah.
Eastern. We're going to be doing,
Loving
of course,
it,
some more
yeah.
bingo. Yes, more bingo.
Hello. Anyone here?
More Trump.
One's at McDonald's today.
Tonight. Yeah, tonight. Oh, I'll, of course, be updating you with
happy?
what's going
Put a
on.
smile
with crypto
on.
News
Are you
before, of course,
happy?
it
Put a
comes
smile
out.
on.
But it's going to be
Because you know
an
Bitcoin's going up in a big
entertaining evening.
way.
Hope you guys are ready for it.
All
Hope
right,
you guys
I'm
are
thirsty.
ready, of course.
Give me this.
As I, of course, come out every single night to
Why
cover the
can't I hold my
news.
drink.
The foreign market is open now.
This is
It is open.
ridiculous.
How's it going, guys? Cliff, how's it going? Hello, Chaos. G-Dog in the house as well. How's it going? You're crazy. Strawberry Dragons,
Anyway,
good evening.
we're at McDonald's
Crypto
today.
Chaos, good evening. Of
Close
course,
the
our
door.
favorite flavor of Dragon Strawberry. There's two of them talking.
Where's Mondo? Mondo! Let me check on Mondo.
How's
real
it going,
quick.
guys? Hotakai, Otaku, Otaku twins. Yes, yes. I found a little fun little clip there
got
from
some
back in the day.
Hot Wheel
I thought
NFTs
I
right
thought I
there,
threw that in
guys.
there just for fun.
Got some
Yeah,
Hot
that was
Wheels.
about 3 or 4 years ago. Me on VR chat, interviewing random people. I think that one was in a.
We got
McDonald's.
some.
Yeah.
What the hell?
All right. Yeah. So maybe we'll do some more fun.
We
stuff
got
like
some
that in
Hot
VR.
Wheels NFTs over
We
here,
get,
guys.
Back,
Hot Wheels.
You know, do some
leading
fun
the way.
things again. Oh, jeez.
Mondo.
I can't wait to start just relaxing, guys. It's been a crazy, crazy
Oh,
week.
Mondo made it. Look,
All right,
yay!
let's get to it. Let's get to it. Bitcoin sitting at $63,740. We do have, of course, Bitcoin chopping down today. Yep, it has, of course, a little bit of consolidation doing this after the foreign market continues to sell off the Kospi. And here we are today. If you guys didn't catch the morning open, of course, we called it last night. We call it every single night, where Bitcoin's likely going to go within 98% accuracy. We're on the channel, of course.
We're going to win so much, you
tonight.
may even get tired of winning. We're going to say, please.
We'll be doing it all over again. Too much winning. All right. So yeah, 63,700 on Bitcoin. Ethereum underneath 1,900 now. It was a good run. Yeah, we had a good run. There could still be more, of course, more to be determined after today's address from Donald Trump to the world, and of course the world stage. About ready to hear what's going on with Iran, because nobody knows what the hell's going on with Iran. All right, so yeah, we do have about an hour to get through all of the news and things, as we typically do every single night. I'm going to have to go through a little bit of a speed run here. I didn't pull up any particular articles. I was actually struggling with my damn camera before the live stream. But we'll, of course, dig it out later on through the live. Here's what we got going on right now, guys. Bitcoin right now sitting at 63,700, 800 roughly. We do have, damn it, Kim, by the way, still I am bringing, of course, the live heat map to you for free. He is blocking a little bit of it with it. There we go. Tip of the day. There we go. We get a little bit closer in here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, get in there. Get in there before something else pops up. All right. Of course, he brings this to you as a service on YouTube. Again, don't pay for what you get for free. I don't. There's too many things, of course, you're paying for every single day. 5 billion overall flat, overall volume. Nothing really to see there. We do have on the day coming back down a little bit here on the foreign market, looking a little bearish, looking a little bullish this morning, and now looking a little bearish into the foreign market as now the foreign market is asshole, as Jake the Snake would say. We are coming down now on the foreign market open as the Kaspi continues to sell off. We'll take a look and see how that's going. I think there's still pre-market right now for a few more minutes. Overall on the weekly, we're still holding up, right? We're still holding up. I would say it's starting to get a little more heated. Down the center, we're getting a lot more interest. So this indecisiveness of where we're going here on the, I would say the short term, at least on the weekly and the daily. On the monthly, we're starting to build up, again, another key level of resistance right above 65,000. As we did smash through all that last time we did touch it. We destroyed the strongest level the bears had for us. So again, nothing really changed here in the grand scheme of things within the last 24 hours, or I would say the last 12 hours. It's a little more indecisive. Yesterday was a nice day. It was a nice, sunny day with like 5% clouds. Today it's more like... we could see some showers by the end of the evening. Overall, though, I like what we're seeing here on the monthly. We are filling in all the gaps. All the way leading up to, again, about $60,000 Bitcoin. We're building that level up pretty strong there. It's just got to be a little bit more convincing, a little bit more stronger to convince me that we're going to be, of course, able to hold that going into the end of the month. All right, so that's what's going on with Bitcoin right now overall in the order books. And, the weather tonight, probably cloudy with some showers, of course, this evening. Depending on what Trump says, it could explode the foreign market. All right, let's continue on. U.S. national debt currently sitting at $39,456 billion. Can't stop, won't stop printing that money. You know the drill. Fed decision July still sitting at a no change, 95.8%. Coming up a little bit today, but not much. We have Clarity Act signed into law. The chance of it being signed into law by the end of the year still hanging out about the 40s, 42%. This has been a roller coaster here for about a month now. The lowest we've seen so far was about 32% chance, and the highest we've seen so far is about 55% chance of this. It's basically a coin flip at this point. Basically. Fear and greed for the traditional markets finally fell and lost neutral after this week of being straight in neutral. The high for the week was about 48. Now we're sitting at 42 for traditional markets. Not good for the stock market going into the rest of the week as tech started selling off yesterday into today. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, of course, looking at 25 before I started up the live stream, and now sitting at a 27. Interesting, going into the foreign market open right now. 100.72 on the U.S. dollar index as people still continue to flock into the dollar. A little less in the last 5 days, but a little bit higher up today than we saw in the last few trading sessions. All right, and then we have, of course, the bubbles. my favorite thing to show you guys every single day. Tell you, you know, with my the one thing that brings me confidence that we're getting near the bottom. Everything, of course, doesn't seem to be, of course, oversold. Every time I look at this, guys, I'm like, where the hell is all the pain? I'm looking at here on the weekly. Picoin's the only thing still oversold. I covered that this morning as well. It's still the only oversold asset here on the week. Today's Thursday, by the way. Looking at the monthly, we got Meme Core, we got Picoin, as I just mentioned, WorldCoin, and we got VVV. You have 4 assets that are down at least 30% or more on the monthly. And we're doing the same thing on the top 200 because I'm going to get through this pretty quick now. Same thing over here. Build on the week. Build on Nexus. That is it. Wow, only 2 assets here oversold on the weekly. On the top 200 with the smaller market caps. Crazy. Pinch Me. This ain't real. Nexus down 41% on the monthly. We're looking for at least 30% off. Kite oversold 35. Humanity 80% still. So you got about 3 coins here as well in the top 200. And Chili's, I'm sorry, 4. So 4 in the top 200, 4 in the top 100. We're starting to kind of even the playing field here. And then market cap doesn't really seem to matter with the top 1 or 200. Those market caps are widely different in size. Widely different in size. Let's take a look at the top 300 while we're doing this because I'm curious to see if they're just seeing about the same pain over there. There's a lot more pain over here now. On the weekly, we see about at least 4 or 5 assets here. We got Gwei still down 54% of the week. Labs down 82. Cashtat down about 40. Bill down about 30. And Ansem down about 30. Useless again as well. That's another one that's been, of course, rattling off here recently. So yeah, we got a little bit more pain here, but not by much. It's about the same. Instead of 4, we got 5. And then on the monthly here, we should see at least 30% off, at least on some of these. We got River. We haven't talked about River in a while. It's been a while since it's been in our playground anymore. We got River, we got Lab, we got Gwei down 70% now with LAB down about 100%, 98.3. Holy hell, damn. So there's still a select few that are seeing most of the pain here, even in the top 300. I just got to prove my point, guys. It seems like the bottom is still very, very near. At least you got to convince me otherwise, because what I'm looking at every single day, I need to see more conviction that there's more pain in the market. Convince me. All right. So anyway, guys, not financial advice. Just seems to be, of course, what I see in the weeds here. Market cap Bitcoin dominance still hanging in Bitcoin's favor, almost 59% as of this evening. Could go a little higher depending on how things go tonight with, of course, Donald Trump's address to the world. Yeah, if he says the wrong things and it affects, of course, tech in a bigger way, L2s or L1s other than Bitcoin are going to sell off even further. And it's going to be a one-man show again. Our one coin show. Looking at the top trend. Top 10 coins here. Just want to see if anything got shaken out. Doge still holding number 10. Nothing's really moved there. Top 20, we still got World Liberty Financial's USD token. And again, you fill in the gap there with most of the other stable coins and or privacy sector tokens. Nothing else is really changing here. XRP still sitting at about $67 billion market cap at about $1.08. Crazy. And Solana sitting at about $75 at a $43 billion valuation. Tether coming down a little bit, not by much from its all-time high. Market cap of 184 billion. Again, we still have money sitting in the sidelines, not playing. USDC about 73 billion. All right, and then the overall market cap right now sitting about 2.2 trillion. Again, rolling over a little bit there. Hopefully we see another higher low and then another higher high. We gotta get back above 2.25. We gotta at least attempt to get back to 2.3 trillion before the month's over. If you want to keep any of these gains going into the rest of the year, which probably won't happen. Probably won't. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on over here on the exchanges. How many Bitcoin are remaining? We do have Bitcoin right now sitting at about 2.49, up a little bit from yesterday in terms of the amount of Bitcoin left on exchanges. Again, I can show you guys this every single day to remind you, you got to get a piece of the pie. This is all that's remaining on these exchanges. Again, the last 2 years, we've taken over 1 million Bitcoin off exchanges. All right, let's take a look and see what we got here on crypto news. I'm going to punch through some of this here in a second. We have the top 10 assets in the world. Bitcoin's not one of them, obviously, but it's still holding number 14, just above Samsung. As Samsung continues to sell off, that just ran into the top 20. So it has to consolidate a little bit there within the last I'd say like 30, 90 days, something like that. Maybe 2 months. Any other big mentions here? I guess SpaceX continues to bleed out. 131 now on SpaceX. Wow, damn. That's insane. Huge drop today. Damn. Huge drop. Still on that downtrend. Man, it's starting to look like some other coins I know. This is a freaking... wow, dude. That was a huge dip today. 117. People had a really good opportunity to buy some of these on the low. Could go lower, though. Again, the average investor right now, or the early investor anyway, hasn't had a chance to even sell their coins. What in the world's going on with these charts, man? Okay. just all jank. Super scuffed as always. Okay, come on. There we go. It like locked me into a corner there on TradingView. And yeah, the early investors are of course only allowed to start selling at about August 3rd. So interesting to see this, of course, play out the way it has, hitting our super bear our bear case scenario from the very beginning of this run. It could still go down to $72. That's crazy. Oh man, that's nuts. All right, how's the stock market doing today as well? I mean, it's still hanging out there. It could be worse. It's still pretty high. It did get wicked up. It's attempting to keep its formation. It is looking pretty aggressive though, trying to keep those. Oh wow, those range highs. Hopefully, hopefully it doesn't get too. Yeah, it doesn't. Hopefully, it doesn't roll over too far. It's got to at least hold 7,400, or else we're going to be in trouble for all markets, of course, if that does roll over. All right, but either way, it's still kind of fleeting up here, and damn near all-time highs at about $7,625. All right, let's get back to Bitcoin. Almost kind of looks similar right now, doesn't it? It does, kind of. All right, let's take a look and see what else we have going on here. Don't forget, guys, we do have the Patreon lives. If you guys want to join us over there, we do have them going on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. All you have to do to participate with us is just, click the link down below, join the Patreon. It's only $15 a month, and we do put up a hangout with us every 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on, of course, those days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll see you on the other side, guys. We just had another fun one last night. All right, let's get into some news. Injective files with SEC to become the transfer agent for on-chain securities. We have Humanity Protocol H falls by 15% as a $36 million hack returns to focus. Trump touts NVIDIA and Tesla days after buying their shares. Again, he's under scrutiny right now with his crypto holdings and of course, making money off of the stock market in particular sectors. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong rejects calls for new AI regulatory body. U.S. lawmakers propose facial age verification across online betting markets. Damn! We won't be able to do anything without invading our privacy to the point of just scanning our faces for everything we're doing. This is how we lose, of course, liberty and freedom. Bitcoin outlook improves amid 6% weekly gain. Can Bitcoin bulls push higher? Some of these hopium articles here. BlackRock moves $147 million in Bitcoin and Ethereum off of Coinbase Prime. That's not good. Usually, it could just be they're diversifying into different wallets and stuff, but for the most part you don't want to see, of course, them putting that back. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, over 10 trillion under assets under management, has moved a significant amount of cryptocurrency off of Coinbase Prime exchange platform. According to the data, blockchain analytics and on-chain lens, the firm withdrew about 1,246 Bitcoin valued at approximately $80 million and 3,500 Ethereum worth roughly about $66 million from the exchange. In the cryptocurrency market, large-scale withdrawals exchanges are generally interpreted as a single holder intends to store assets in self-custody or in cold storage, rather than keeping them available for trading. This move reduces the available supply on exchanges. While they could have a bullish implication for the price, although it primarily indicates a strategic decision to hold rather than to sell. So it looks like, again, they're probably just diversifying into wallets. Let's see. Etherify jumps 11%. It's 100 million real-world asset bet drive Etherify to 50 cents. Another Hopium article there for Etherify. I did just recently make a little bit of change off of Etherify. I guess we can take a look at this. What's behind their current rally? I don't want to get too far into this. We do only have so much time remaining until Trump comes out, about 40 minutes. Etherify's relative strength was driven by the increased user base and expansion into worldwide asset tokenization. Nearly 2 weeks ago, Etherify allocated about $100 million into New Plume, a real-world asset vault, providing the Etherify users access to institutional-grade real-world asset yield. The product introduced real-world asset exposure to a simple, non-custodial on-chain vault. After Etherify announced its investment, Etherify surged from 37 cents to 47. It was later boosted from the integration of the Binance wallet a week ago. The Binance wallet added a Plume real-world yield across a vault and basis. In doing so, Etherify greatly benefited from the expanded market tech, and the altcoin rose from 38 to 44 cents before July 8th, between July 8th and 12th, between retracing. Interesting time period too. What else happened between July 8th and 12th? The Gwei happened. The Gwei actually came down about on the 9th. Just curious because I'm drawing these parallels between the two projects, as they just got a huge funding round from them not that many months ago. And that was, of course, on July 9th when that whole thing started with Gwei. Interesting. I was hoping to see maybe some other mention here from possibly the two. Nope. All right, continuing on. Pi Network nosedives, 12% rebound, identifying the reasons. It's a shit project. Oh, jeez. Pi Network upgrades puts battered Pi price on the brink of a rebound. I don't know why Crypto News always favors them, too. It's so sad. Kraken launches USD-settled crypto options for institutional traders. Kathy Wood defies SpaceX stock slump with a fresh $51 million bet. Damn. Kathy Wood doubling down on that's two this week. Circle and SpaceX. And she loves, of course, disrupted technology. All right, so yeah, Wood's latest move came as SpaceX has lost much of its early IPO gain after opening $150 and reaching about $225 shortly after its listing. Of course, it's today we just looked at it, $131 as of closing today. And she's buying. Okay, all right. Anything else to take away here? Anything else exciting? Anything else interesting enough to read? Cardano whales challenge rising shorts bets before Van Razam fork. And yeah, Cardano right now. How is Cardano doing? How you doing, Charles? How you doing over here? 16 cents on the Cardanzo. Not bad. I mean, it could be worse. It could be back to... 13. Not too bad. Higher low developing here. A little bit of an Elliott wave here on probably the 1 hour. Yeah. Oh, nice. A nice inverted head and shoulder there forming there on the 4 hour, the daily. Yep. Could be something good there for Cardanzo. Could be. I don't remember when I drew this, but good time, man. Good time. All right. It's been a while since I played on that chart. Let's see. Supporting the simulation. Don't support the simulation. Forget Bitcoin bottom. Analyst says these altcoins could move first. It's a lot of hopium here. And then we're getting into Mega ETH. Sunsets Mega Mafia Accelerator Program. Noting most of its successful apps left. Oh my gosh. All right, we're getting in the weeds. Okay, I'm over it. Let's take a look at Crypto Newsland. It's been a while since we spent too much time over here. See if there's anything else breaking here as of 4 hours ago. Pump breakout, setup gains, momentum, cake breakout, Robinhood chain revenue model boosts, Chainlink's roll. Uniswap buybacks advance with protocol fees. Ripple lawsuit fight nearly ended company. Jesus, just talking about that shit. Insane. All right. Let's take a look at CoinDesk. Anything over here breaking on CoinDesk? And we do have, okay, I keep track of the time. We have about 35 minutes remaining until Trump comes out and, of course, addresses the nation. Let me see if I can get a stream going already for it. Trump address a nation. Oh, jeez. So Associated Press right here has just got, of course, the White House lawn. Yeah, everyone's, of course, just kind of waiting for it. I guess we can get over there in the Associated Press. Just there's 5,000 people sitting here waiting. We can wait with them. We can wait with them. We got no track. Good, good. We'll know when he's live, guys. So we'll hear some rattling. If it lets me pull that out. Okay, I'll put that on the sideline here. Okay, what else we got here? Let me catch up with you guys in the chat real quick. When soon? Hopefully soon, Danny. Hopefully soon. When soon? October. Los, Trump got some news for us tonight. You should play on the live. You know I will. I'm down for that, says Brandon White. Play some bingo. We got bingo ready to go, of course, for tonight. Ready, of course, to cover all of that. If you have any suggestions too, let me know. But you have to tell me what you want me to remove, though. First, we're gonna try to fill the card. Okay. Let's see what else we got over here. I feel like my music's not working. Still a bunch of stuff that's scuffed. There we go. Just a little bit of that. There we go. Just a little bit of that. Okay. Anything else happening in crypto land? I'm gonna have to get into some doom scrolling here soon. Clarity Act stalls on ethics rules curbing Trump's business interest as of 15 hours ago. He was supposed to be meeting today. I was hoping to see an article about it, just to acknowledge that it happened. But yeah, we did not get anything, I guess, so far in the headlines. Again, that was scheduled for this afternoon. It could have been postponed. It could have been delayed. But that was one of the things, of course, holding up the Clarity Act. And tomorrow is supposed to be the draft for Clarity, and they're running out of time. They only got about a week or two left. You got to get this show on the road, man. Citadel Securities invests $400 million in Crypto.com at a $20 billion valuation. Crazy. Polygon CEO announces job cuts. Jeez. More job cuts. The round of layoffs are part of Polygon's transitioning operations of following payments following a $250 million deal to acquire CoinMe and Sequence in January. So these are scheduled, layoffs. Just another company. It's just another day. It's just another day. Trump teleprompter operator made $100,000 betting on Kalshi markets. Damn! That's one way to do it, dude. There's nothing to do with crypto, but damn, that's crazy. So yeah, the teleprompter operator, he knew it was coming on that read, so he made a ton of profits. Wow, generating more than $100,000 in profits. According to ABC's sources, Perez sometimes exited positions mid-speech with Trump, skipping prepared passages containing words that he wagered would be mentioned. Wow. Regulators reportedly uncovered the bets tied to more than a dozen speeches over roughly 3 months, including the State of the Union and remarks to the World Economic Forum, and possibly this one if he wouldn't have been discovered for it. Man, this whole world is just so sleazy. Everyone's just trying to get a buck, man. Everyone's trying to get ahead. BitPay secures Dutch licensing under MiCA, plans to expand the stablecoin payments. As everyone, of course, prepares stablecoins for starting the next week. Of course, we are going to be having GeniusAct finally go live after the Saturday deadline. Supposed to, anyway. It's been over a year now. What else we have? Ethics and crypto market structure really not our concern, says Blockchain Association. This came out today. Former CFTC commissioner urged lawmakers not to kill at all the hard work that we put into the rest of the bill, making the ethics a make-or-break issue for the crypto market structure bill. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone can make money. The president can make money, and his entire cabinet can make money. I mean, there's definitely an ethical concern. I get it, but what about the what about all markets, not just crypto? What about the stock market? When's Pelosi gonna get hers, right? All right, Summer Mersinger. Ooh, Mersinger. The CEO of Blockchain Association and a former commissioner at the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. That's a very powerful name. Anticipated a vote on a cryptocurrency market structure bill as soon as next week, with the window closing for lawmakers before August state work periods. Speaking with the Injective Summit on Washington, D.C. on Thursday, Mersinger said that the U.S. lawmakers working to advance the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act in Congress had a few little nits that they are still working out. They're very close to the main part of the language around the bill. According to the Blockchain Association, the vote in the Senate could come as early as next week, provided the lawmakers reach an agreement on ethics. And again, we heard, basically what we heard is they're going to go through with the vote either way, even if they don't think they can do it. They're just going to do it anyway. Ethics is being an elephant in the room, said Mersinger on the crypto bill. That's what we heard from the office, and we've been figuring out the ethics. Today's there's a meeting at the White House. Here we go. We got to mention with some of the Republican senators, and the president himself was supposed to be there. We're hopeful that the agreement comes out of that, and it's something that Democrats will accept, and make any changes on the agreement. For my members and what we're advocating for on the Hill, look for whether you decide on ethics. It's really not our concern. That is politics. That's Congress. That's elected officials. But please don't kill all the work of all their hard work they put into the rest of the bill. That's, of course, his direct statement. Okay, I think we got through the gist of that. We'll hopefully see a little bit of something extra, though. I want to see a little bit more of that, today. I mean, can we just get like one little clip from the White House of like people walking into a room? It's just anything. The proof that meeting even happened. Korea's leverage rut. 1.4 billion in losses hits young traders hard, and that's been, of course, one of the big topics we've had here on the channel all damn week. It's hitting, of course, the youth in South Korea because they just can't stop trading with leverage. Anything else here? Massachusetts healthcare providers sending cash to patients in $400,000 data breach settlement. There's no crypto news here on Daily Huddle. I always like to double check, though. All right, yeah, all the other stuff we already covered. Let's do some doom scrolling, guys. We catch up with you guys one more time in the chat. Don't forget to like, guys. Hit the buttons down below. Try to get me on the map. Of course, in the middle of the bear market, it's getting harder to stay relevant. Let me take a look at you guys in the chat. Trump is the Dodge draft king. The Doge? The Dodge draft kings. Brandon White says, just like DraftKings. Jesus. Brandon White says, wait, you have to actually scan your face in order to get in the DraftKings now? That's a thing? Is that what you're referring to? Looks like we're getting some movement on Gwei as my alarm just went off. I guess we can segue to that real quick. It's been battered pretty damn hard here the last 24 hours. If you guys are part of the Patreon, you already know I sold half my position already. I'm out. I'm just going to let the rest ride. We made plenty of money on that. Hopefully I'll get a break even soon, and then we let the thing ride. Hopefully we'll see a recovery on this project. There's still nothing that I've heard back from the devs on this particular debacle. Their project now is worth what it was when it launched. Yeah, it's been fun, guys. It's been fun. But we're moving on. Gwei coming back up to about 3 cents 7 right now, and a little bit of a 3% move here. It's up right now, roughly 3% on the day. It's gotta just go sideways, man. We gotta get some sort of recovery. It's been nothing but dead cat bounce for the last week. I'll just say week. I'll be nice. Yes, sir. All right. What else we got here in the chat? Let me catch up with the rest of you guys here. Brandon White's. I've got 1,000 on Trump wearing a red tie. How about that? There you go. You want me to put that on the bingo card? You wanna risk it for the biscuit? Have you got eyes on him already? Is he already wearing a red tie? I mean, he's more than likely going to wear a red tie. I guess we can put that in the middle if you want. I bet it's blue, and it says MAGA on the front. It says Brandon White. Oh wow. And then Los is betting he's gonna be wearing a red thong. It's gonna be really hard to. Lock that one in though. Since he's wearing that really, big monkey suit. Lowe says it's beautiful. He'll say the big beautiful bill. He will say it. Will he? Oh no, the tie will say it, or the thong, one or the other. You guys are crazy. All right. So Bitcoin's still holding on around 63,600. Again, we do have, of course, Trump coming out in about 25 minutes. We got about 25 minutes. And proof of Trump is still nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. But they're currently setting up. Alright, they're currently setting up. Let's continue on. What else we got going on into doom scrolling? Yes, into doom scrolling. We got 25 minutes left. We got stuff to do. We still got stuff to do. Let's see if we can get anything else. Levet says, on Trump's speech tonight, it will shock you. Damn, how's that for a spoiler?
Caroline, welcome back.
Good to see you.
Likewise. So to the degree that this speech tonight is about elections past, not elections upcoming, the 2020 election has had dozens of recounts, lawsuits, audits.
Cliff is going to get that one right.
Widely believed
mail-in votes, probably. That's what Cliff said earlier today.
To be safe and secure. There's not really any question about that. A lot of people look at this.
Because it was too big to rig.
Well, I think a lot of people look at this
There's a
and
massive
wonder,
amount of votes for this president. That's why he's in the Oval Office right now.
No one disputes that. And there were a significant amount of votes for Joe Biden, who won in 2020. I think the question is, why is the president unable to let this go?
Well, first of all, Garrett, I think part of the problem is that the media has refused to acknowledge that tens of millions of Americans across the country share the concerns of this president about the sanctity of our elections. And your premise of your question, you're jumping ahead to a conclusion in this speech before even hearing it yourself. I think that everyone should tune in tonight, including the people in this room, and you should report on the president's speech and the findings that he is going to reveal in this speech with a little bit of honesty and a little bit of integrity, because it does... It will shock you if you have an honest eye listening to the president tonight, and everything he is saying will be backed by facts and by evidence that will be provided this evening. And again, Garrett, I think all Americans, Democrat, Republican, should agree that we are the greatest country in the history of the world. We should have the safest and most secure elections in the history of the world. And what the president will be speaking about tonight will show you that perhaps that is not the case, and we need to make some adjustments moving forward, including the Save America Act, as Rachel pointed out, is a key legislative priority for this president on Capitol Hill, and he wants to see all senators and members of Congress voting in favor of the Save America Act, because it's crucially important as we move forward.
All right. So there's a little bit of a teaser. So she added that Trump claims that he's backed by facts and evidence, and we'll of course reveal some of that tonight. It's gonna be a wild one. And Psyop Anime continues. Oh no, Biden died. He was a robot. I don't know if that was really what they're going for there, but it's Psyop Anime. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says all the gold is present and accounted for in Fort Knox, but he hasn't seen it. You remember that? Yeah, he hadn't seen it. Okay. Trust me, bro. Whoa. America. Brian Armstrong says if we capitulated... Why is it automatically playing everything? If we capitulated, it would have been the end of crypto in the United States, says Brian Armstrong. The Coinbase CEO says that he started as an engineer with no interest in government, and he assumed following the law was enough until his board told him, you might want to get started going into DC. Yep. When the SEC under Gary Gensler came into after Coinbase, most people told him suing his own regulator was a bad idea, but Armstrong said that he had no other choice because it's existential. We took a stand, we sued him, and then we did everything eventually, of course, to win. Right. The robot fights are coming! Yes, my favorite moment in the entire URKL robot fight. One brutal kick sent the robot's head hanging loose. Jeez. Good morning, Amy. This is from Jesse Galluck. Good morning. That's everyone's running on fumes. It feels like it. Justin, Crypto Clarity Act is expected to be released today. It does not have the Senate Democrat support. Politico reports as of 2 hours ago. Not good. So there's a little bit of a tease there. I'm hoping that we see at least some other, again, confirmation that that meeting actually happened today. Let's get back over to see if the White House is doing anything. They are not. We're still waiting for Trump. In about 22 minutes. 22 minutes. The big man will be out. Let's see. And he's usually like 10, 15 minutes late too. He's usually late. Usually. AMLA chair Bruna Suego says that the rushing into the withdrawal and the switch providers could strain the AML controls across the bloc. Firms leaving the EU may face withdrawal pressure, while licensed CASPs could struggle on board large numbers of new customers. Regulator warned both departing the licensed crypto firms to keep AML procedures effective during the transition. Of course, the European Parliament is the source there, and Micah, of course, continues to threaten crypto on the other side of the world. All right, the average fiat currency dies in 27 years. That looks like the state of Florida. A little bit. The coastline there. The average fiat currency dies in 27 years, and yeah, that's typically what we've seen. America has been, of course, an exception to that rule. It is following the length of time period, of course, some of the growing empires that, of course, have previously fallen. U.S. market, stock market, once Japan starts selling T-bills. Damn! Japan could be the next big risk for the United States financial system, and this is because they're trapped in a dangerous cycle. They are. BRICS news. China unveils a high-power microwave weapon arsenal with up to 100 gigawatts of power. Defense scientist says the technology could threaten low Earth orbit satellite networks such as Starlink and extremely low cost. Oof. What are we going to do with the robot wars, man? The robot wars are coming. We're going to have some huge EMP, I'm sure. Like event. Other things that Caroline Levitt was talking about. President Trump was placed to speech to the teleprompter operator leave without pay. Again, we already went over that. He was being investigated for, of course, allegedly making almost $100,000 on Cauchy during his speeches, because he had the cheat book, right? He had the sports almanac from Back to the Future. SpaceX scrubs today's Starship Flight 13 launch. Maybe another reason why they did see a drop today, yeah. Oof. Wow. This humanoid robot can do a flying slam dunk. Magic Labs Magic Bot X1 performs a full-speed airborne dunk. You do not want to get freaking drop kicked by this thing, man. God. Boom. Swish. And then we got Larry Fink. That came out of nowhere. Okay. Bitcoin he says that Bitcoin's price has more stability, and he is very bullish, of course, in the future. He was very, very, careful about his words, and he didn't say specifically, but of course, he was on that topic. They did, change a little bit of that. He did. That's not the exact quote, but anyway. What else we have? Whenever you feel like selling, read this post. Well, Bitcoin is stabilized at almost exactly $14 a coin. I'm tired of waiting for a jump, so I'm taking the loss and getting my cash back. Thomas Randolph on Twitter, circa 2011. Yikes.
Did you hear?
That did not age well.
Bitcoin Twitter is back.
Bitcoin Twitter? That son of a bitch is back.
You can't handle Bitcoin Twitter.
Say hello to my Bitcoin Twitter!
I guess Bitcoin Twitter's back, guys.
That's a Bitcoin Twitter.
Clarice.
I heard you, Dr. Lecter. Bitcoin Twitter is back.
Always Bitcoin Twitter.
There's no place like Bitcoin Twitter.
Oh
Bitcoin Twitter is back. We are so back.
But I tell you who's not back. Donald Trump. He's still not back. We're still waiting for him, guys. We're still waiting for him. All right, let me catch up with you guys in the chat. But apparently, Bitcoin Twitter's back. Did you guys hear? That's freaking great. That's freaking great. Let's take a look and see where we're at. Bitcoin is sitting at 63,600, continuing a little bit of a drawdown. Still haven't hit that trend line yet. We got a little bit more to go. All right, let's take a look and see where we go. And dumping a bit, says Fat Sonic. Yes, we are. I don't know if hell be late for this one. Okay, he'll be late. Usually. Oh, you don't think he'll be late for this one because it's highly anticipated. So much hype. Overblown. Everyone's already picking it apart, and it hasn't even been out there yet. Maybe. Fat Sonic says I probably ain't staying up for this, but maybe. Yeah, he has drawn some of these out to about midnight, but I don't think this one's going to be like that. It's probably going to be an hour, probably at most. Biden's the most popular president in history. What? Biden, the most popular president in history, is the only one in history to not have money for a presidential library. What? What? I'm not following you there. He didn't have any money for a presidential library. Psyop Enemy is a good follow. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a good one. Jeez. Okay, let's see what else. Delson in here. How much Bitcoin do I hold? Well, I'm not going to tell you. More than one. I always tell people more than one. Fat Sonic says, that guy who bet on the weather and used a hairdryer on the thermometer, they used that for reading it on the goat? What? Great. Reading is the greatest of all time for insider trading. Okay. Hairdryer? What? Fat Sonic, are you okay tonight? Okay, that guy who bet on the weather and used the hairdryer on the thermometer they used for trading for reading is the greatest of all time. I don't know who that is. But also probably second to again, the guy was just insider trading using the the teleprompter for Donald Trump's speeches. That was a pretty good one too. Lo says he's gonna be extra orange tonight. Oh, is he? Is he just coming back from a spray on tan? God. Fat Sonic says, yeah, Biden has no money. That's why they're writing books and taking paid speeches. Yeah, that sucks too, because they could have saved a lot of money with AI today. It was really went live back then. I think it did actually. Yeah, towards the last year or two of his presidential reign. Fat Sonic says there was a dude in France or something who bet on the weather. He knew where the reading was coming in, so he went in there with a hairdryer. Oh, really? Damn. Nice. That's hilarious. I had not heard about that one, though. Pelosi is the greatest insider trading of all time. 100%. 100% she is. There is no second best for that one. Fat Sonic says, I remember that. Yep, it was in Paris. Okay. Gotcha. That's the first I've heard it. All right, guys, we're getting closer. But not quite there yet. We did just hear that Bitcoin Twitter's back, though. Yes, sir. Welcome back, Bitcoin Twitter. Slowly coming back. It's not really all back yet. I mean, I some days I still scroll through Bitcoin Twitter, and there's hardly any Bitcoin to be found, especially on like really news, heavy war-filled days. Breaking: iceberg lettuce supplied by Taylor Farms and Taco Bell restaurants have been linked to parasitic outbreak. Do not eat at Taco Bell right now. Oh no. All right. Well, speaking of this kind of crap, let's get into the normies while we're waiting for Donald Trump. We do have about less than 15 minutes, about 12, 14 minutes remaining, 13 minutes, yeah, something like that. Of course, this is the White House right now, live. I'm just keeping an eye on it on the other screen. All right, let's get into some of the normies, see what they're doing. Maybe if we have some extra time, we'll get back to some crypto Twitter, since it's coming back, man. It's coming back. Okay, so anyway, guys, if you haven't seen me do this before, this is the history of the normies, their search history for today. We'll see what's going on. There's going to be, of course, the speech tonight. What time is it? It's supposed to be 9 o'clock. Supposed to be 9 o'clock flat. It better be 9 o'clock flat. Let's see what the normies are getting on these searches. All right, it's number one searched right now, so it's a big deal. What time is Trump's scheduled speech? It should still be 9 p.m. Oh my God! I never get the just get to the chase, man. Just get to the chase, man. Yeah. It's a quick and easy answer. Yeah, 9 p.m. Yeah, still 9 p.m. Okay, good. All right. Just kind of following with the normies today on their search history. Participating. I'm being an active participant in the normie searches tonight. All right. So anyway, guys, we do of course look at the normie searches every single day. We can, of course, keep up with them and see if there's looking up anything that has anything to do with the financial sectors in our space or otherwise. I grade them on a traditional grade scale. There's only 20 of them, so it's a pretty easy test. Typically, what they do is they look up three things: sports, video games, and celebrities. And more recently, presently, more food. And that's concerning because we're moving in more into the dystopian future every single day. So keep that in mind as well. All right, guys, typically the ENF, and we are going to continue. Let's see what they got today. What time's Trump's speech? That is the number one thing searched today. We'll give them some credit on that because at least they're paying attention. Air quality control in Chicago. It's bad. Is it as bad as China or some of the other bigger cities, of course, with the pollution? It's probably still up there. I just lived on the outskirts of it. I just moved away from that recently. Mets versus Phillies, sports, Taylor Farms, food. That's, of course, that lettuce thing we were just talking about. Red Robin's closings. More of those are coming. Yeah, more of these. People can't afford to eat. And now their credit card debt is growing, or they are already maxed out their credit cards by now. They're getting close. But don't worry, guys. We still hear every single morning from Wall Street that the consumer's resilient. Every fucking day. Every day. It's one of their favorite things to say. Trump said Seattle prosecutor dismissal. We got Kris Jenner. Hal Williams. New Jersey home. Meteorite fragments. Damn. That sucks. You just wake up one day and your house is just like bombarded with meteorites. Fragments. El Nino, Southern Oscillation, the Open Leaderboard, sports, yeah. The Simpsons doing something. Fox Fall Sunday schedule. I could never ever catch up on that show, even if I wanted to. Liberty versus Wing Sports, IMAX 70mm locations. How long is the Odyssey movie going to be? I don't think it's going to be that long. I think it's still going to be maybe at 3 hours long, maybe. People are, the Odyssey's a really long. Story. It's kind of a shame if they didn't push it to the brink. And Christopher Nolan's kind of known for longer cuts. I'm probably thinking of someone else. Anyway, okay, let's take a look. Open Championship 2026 sports. Some more sports. SpaceX. There we go. Dang, we got at least another asset. Not good though. $131 ending today. Close. San Diego Airbnb photo discovery. British Open. Caitlin Clark WNBA Olympian reactions against tons of sports as per usual. The normies are too distracted with sports. Greg Stwabe. I don't know. Probably sports. John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. I don't know why that's being searched today. Ben and Jerry's Razz Up. Food. Prince Harry, King Charles reconciliation. Today, we're just looking up today, the Today Show, I guess. And Kimmy K3, which I have no idea who that is. It sounds like a streamer name, though. Pretty cool sounding name. I don't know who that is. All right, guys. So again, the normies, they're gonna get an F. There's nothing of quality here. They get a couple hits. Maybe I'll give them an F plus today. They got a couple hits. Yeah, I'll be nice. I'll curve it for them. All right, there it is. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. All of you are on the normie searches today. Let's see how it's doing over the last 7 days. It's waning. This is the worst open we've had so far with normie searches on Bitcoin for the week. There you go. There you have it on the weekly. Also looking at Bitcoin versus Ethereum, Doge, XRP, and Solana, the top 5 most searched assets in our space. Yeah, we see a little bit of an uptick here in XRP. That's kind of new. It's been dead, flatlining for the last few weeks, which is been different, right? Even in the last bear market, XRP was still pretty high up there with the normie search history. So it has been challenged over recent, times. But we are overall just in a downswing in terms of overall interest in crypto. So we have curved this quite a bit. We'll see. You can see how these are just grinding down at the bottom in the middle of these. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Holy crap. That's Solana. Right at the open. Like, dead very last at the bottom with Doge, and then see a little bit of a spike there. I'm curious to see if Doge is still trending in the top 5 total most searched crypto assets still today. All right, guys, they got to be getting closer to setup. It is getting dark in DC. You can see outside there right now, about 8 minutes until Trump's supposed to be making, of course, his appearance. Yeah, so we're still waiting for that happening, of course, Address the Nation at 9 p.m. Hopefully we don't see another incident like the last 2 or 3 times we've covered these. Remember, with people running down the hallway with guns? Yep. Hopefully we don't see anything like that again, right? Right? just me. Okay. All right. Let's take a look and see what else has got going on here with you guys in the chat. We also got to take a look at the Kospi too, as we just opened. Oh, wait. I think they're actually going to be closed. I think I do remember hearing that they were going to close today. Did you guys hear that? I'm just remembering this. So, like, the Cosby closed today. I think they were going to take a pause because of how bad the leverage has gotten. They're going to take a day off. Jeez. For them, it would be the 17th. So, July 17th. What the hell? Damn it. July 17th. Do the thing. Do the thing. Guys, we got T-minus 5 minutes until Trump comes out. Closed at the July 16th, reflecting a decline of the market is closed on July 17th for a holiday. So they are closed today, but not for the reason I thought it was closed for. All right. So we're not going to be getting anything from the Cosby today. A really good day for Trump to come out and say whatever the hell he wants, really. I mean, other than one last trading session in America is not really going to affect too much of what we've been, of course, experiencing here as of late in overseas with the Cosby. All right, let's get back to what's going on with Bitcoin here on the order books. Do a little quick little update before we do get Trump going live. I'll have to set up here for that as well. I like to, of course, show you guys a lot of the metrics as we get in here. I like to have that on the screen. So I'll, of course, set up the Dixie. I'll set up what's usually the coin market cap, total coin market cap that usually fluctuates during these speeches, and of course Bitcoin. That's usually good enough for what we do like to cover here. Bitcoin right now is still sitting about the same. What's it? 63,007, 63,008, still chopping up around here. We'll see how it reacts to Trump here in a minute. Trump's still not out, not present, still setting up. It's really dark in DC now. All right, let's get going, guys. Let's get going. If you have any other, suggestions for the bingo card, let me know. I will. I have a few more minutes, and then we're gonna no more take backsies, man. This is gonna be it. So get them in while you can. Let me see if I can pull the rest of the stuff up and get this show started. Let's get, Trump right here. Throw that on there. We'll get the bingo card going, a little smaller there. If it lets me grab the damn thing. There we go. Throw that guy in the corner over here. That's a good setup there. And then I'll have, yes sir. Total market cap still sitting about 2.19, almost 2.2. We did lose quite a bit though in the last 24 hours. All right, we got. Let's scale that down a little bit. Just need the corner of that there. Let me catch up with you guys in the chat. What is else going on? Whoa, what? I saw SpaceX in there, says Fat Sonic. Yes, you did. We got them a little bit of credit there in the normie searches tonight. They got an F+. It's been a while since they got an F+. Fat Sonic says, wasn't pre-shredded, was it? The lettuce. Watch out for the lettuce, guys. Who even eats lettuce anymore, man? It's just crunchy water. There's like very little nutritional value. No wonder we're sick in America. Okay, Fat Song says, was it this morning your computer was effed? Yes, it was. It was when I started the live tonight too, but I recovered at the last possible fucking minute. Sleepy Joe on the card. Ooh. You know, I had Sleepy Joe on the card, but I had to take it off because there was just so many topics. So if there's something you want me to remove, I can swap it back in. So let me know. Because he's going to definitely say it. He's going to say Biden at some point, probably. But I did, of course, replace that with... I can probably ex-nay Lindsey Graham. He might mention him, but yeah, we're probably better off with Biden there anyway. He's going to say Sleepy Joe Biden. All right, what else? What else we got, guys? DC is quiet. Alright. see if I can get this to quit. Yep. Sleepy Joe. Tremendous. All those words, man. All those words. I had those on the cards too at one point as well. We have, you know, the usual, the greatest, right? The greatest. I kept, I might have kept the best on there. No, I didn't keep the best on there. The best is here too. The best, you know, his usual rhetoric, right? Tremendous, yeah. Yeah. Again, if you want me to swap out something else, it's been a while since we heard any mention of Maduro. I really want to keep him on there. We could swap out Cuba, but he might go into a Cuba rant. You know, he usually likes to go into that. Greenland, Cuba. I took Greenland off because it hasn't been mentioned in a while. Cuba's kind of the next target, you know, in the reach of BRICS anyway. AI is a giveaway. Clarity is probably not going to be mentioned. Not for political reasons. It's probably not going to be mentioned. We can take that off probably. I don't want to, but we'll take it off. Bitcoin's a hard one. That's probably be mentioned like 30, maybe 25 to 30%, if that. Maybe 20% of the time. Communist. That's another one. Yeah, we have that on there before too. That was another go-to we usually put on there. I can put communist back on. They're communists. all the ists, right? The rapists, the terrorists, the communists. He loves to say all those. It rolls off the tongue. Yeah. What else we got? We got Sleepy Joe on there now. Autopen also. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that definitely goes with Joe though. We can't get a little too. Yeah. Linux baby says Fat Sonic. Yeah, I would if I had a spare computer. I can't be bothered with going back and forth between programs and setting up and everything I do and rebuilding just on Linux. There's too many applications. Danny says replace Maduro with tools. I have tools on here. I got tools. What's the tool? Jeez. Of course, yeah, that's America taking over the tools for the straight formulas. That's the narrative on that. But we can replace Maduro with something else if you want. We still have Democrats, the Dems. You know, he loves to go into the political nature there. This is going to be also, think about it, it's going to be very heavy driven on voting and the previous election. So we definitely need to have something in there for that. I have stupid in here. I think one of you guys wanted me to add that this morning. I added that in there. It's stupid. Maybe it's probably a harsh word for this president to use in this particular address. Maybe we can replace that one with mail-in ballots, mail-in votes. We'll just do mail-in votes. We need something like that. We'll do something like that. Mail-in votes. You gotta think kind of like a child though when you're talking about Trump and his rhetoric though, because sometimes, like, remember that one time we had data centers on there, and he's like the plants for the AI, the plants. It's like shit. Damn it. I think I still gave us credit for it, but shit, that was a tough one. Too big to rig. Ooh, too big to rig. Cheating, yeah, cheating. That's probably going to be the topic. One of the primary topics is Sleepy Joe Biden and the Democrats cheating. Yeah, that's probably going to be what we're here. What can we take off for that? Maybe we could take off Cuba or Maduro. Well, let me know which one you think I'd rather take off, Cuba or Maduro. We definitely have to keep China on there. It's always a hit. It's always a hit. Russia. Ooh, yeah, Russia's a good one right now too because of what's going on with Ukraine. I can swap Ukraine for Russia. Question mark? It's probably gonna, either one's probably gonna be mentioned. Swap Maduro says Los. Swap Maduro for damn it, what was it? Cheating. Yeah, cheating. They always cheat. The Democrats, they always cheat. Oh, jeez. Yeah, lose Maduro. I mean, it's sad. I want to hear about what's going on. Like, we haven't heard anything in half a year. Pretty much. It's been like, we took over Venezuela. What was it, back in February or beginning of February? No, it might have been the end of January. So it's been a long time. All right. The White House is still going.
No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job-creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time, and your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day, the highest in history. For years, we paid the highest price for prescription drugs anywhere in the world. Now we pay the lowest price under my most favored nation's policy, because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of health care. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of health care is coming way down because of what we've done with prescription drugs. And with Trump accounts, every child in America now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to a great start in life. So for that, go to trumpaccounts.gov and sign up your child or any child who'd like to sign up. Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with 0 illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is 0. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide, with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than 125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far anywhere in the world. I built it during my first term, and unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of barrels of oil. We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed, because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness. And that's very simple. No trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift, and decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to make that system secure. One where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard.
We're going to use crypto.
Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence, revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes and really exposes like levels never thought possible to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as disturbingly, this vital information has for many years been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people. But that all changes right now. The documents we will release starting tonight have been gathered by the White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening. This data loss presents an unprecedented election security nightmare. The intelligence even shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. They did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country. A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say. The cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the documents we are releasing show, CIA reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his re-election. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done a great job And they did everything possible to do exactly that. Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him, as many as they could, and they didn't care what they said. The Chinese government wanted U.S. president to lose the next election, and the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding Chinese activities related to the election. Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and to keep it away from the honorable press. Other officials who witnessed such efforts perceived the motivations to be blatantly political. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information given by President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that were supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those involved in the cover-up, and to file criminal charges, if appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems. Dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people within our government knew that. Tonight, we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judged that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it? Made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026, this is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly what happened, conspiring to digitally rig their own country's elections in 2020, and that's what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that our own system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned, they couldn't believe it, actually, that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did not exist, and received gift cards tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review of state voter rolls and public records, they identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet, even this limited analysis found more than 250,000 foreigners illegally registered to vote. Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it. It is not defensible. Hundreds of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud has been buried. Hundreds of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed and active on the voter rolls, and yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month. Took a month to count the votes. I wonder what they were doing. This is worse than any third world country. There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about. because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a great country, and that's true. You can't have a great country without free and fair elections. Fraud like this should mean a revocation of their licenses. They use our public multi-billion-dollar in value airways for absolutely no money. They pay nothing. All we want is honesty in our elections and honesty in reporting. They pay nothing for multi-billion-dollar assets. Great damage has been done to our country. Our elections were left vulnerable to being rigged and stolen, and the trust of the American people was lost. This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the world. Secure elections should be a partisan, really, we should be together, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everybody, and it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information I have revealed tonight, my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo voter ID. All voters must provide proof of citizenship. Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
Are we going to get press? Are we gonna get press? Oh my god, that's all we got? Holy crap. Pathetic. You're pathetic. I couldn't believe it. Oh, jeez. Alright, guys. Well, yeah, nice. Fat Sonic gets to sleep. So short it. So short the market. Well, actually, during his speech, yeah, the market cap of crypto pretty much went up about $10 billion. A little bit. Just a little bit of a baby bump there. We're sitting at 2.2 trillion right now. Let's see if it's still holding. And it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, yeah. Well, that was fun. That was fun. We got bingo at least. I was really hoping that he would go off the teleprompter a little bit, but this was very straight to the point. I really wish he would have addressed something else other than the supposed findings of what's going on with voter fraud. I mean, we know that's been a thing for years. It's not really, you know, it's not something that... I guess the normies that like to sleep, you know, and ignore the world, I guess... It's easy to ignore the man behind the curtain, but yeah, all the stuff's always going on. We have insider trading, we have voter fraud, we have everything else. It's a pay-to-win system. All right. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin today, guys. I guess that's it. But we did get it. We did get it. We could have got a little bit more. I think that again, we didn't come prepared thinking that it was just only going to be addressing the voting fraud. That's a bit disappointing. Good night, obese Sonic. Yes, goodbye, obese Sonic. May many Doritos be in your dreams. Jeez. Yeah, sucks. Threw China under the bus there quite a few times to gourmet brands. Yeah, and that's not a partnership or you know, a country that he wants to mess with right now. We're still in a trade war, right? We're still in the middle of a trade war. Let's see. Good night, guys. Good night to you again. Morbidly obese Sonic, yes. I love it. He did specifically as a slap in the face of the news media who wouldn't cover it. He could have disclosed it any other way. That's true. I guess this is the way to put it in the forefront. The whole world knows. Now, reply the intro. I missed that one there. Thank you for playing the lives. Of course, anytime, Cliff. Thank you so much for the $4.20 super chat. Yep, 420. Canadian diabetes. Oh, jeez, guys. Oh, jeez. All right, so I guess that puts us into where Bitcoin going for the rest of the evening. It's in a downtrend now. It's in a downtrend now, at least on the 15-minute. Let's take a look at the hourly. Yeah, we're still on a downtrend on the short time frames. We really need to break out of this, though. And the Kospi's closed. It could just be sideways chop tonight. It could just be some sideways chop. Tech is still selling off, right? In the market open tomorrow. It's probably going to see more of that. Let's do it again, guys. Let's do it again. Of course, if you guys seen last night's live, of course, I showed you with 98% accuracy where the hell Bitcoin's going every single night, and today's going to be no exception. Last night we called for a baseline bear. It's pretty popular these days. It's how I've been feeling. The market's been feeling. It's baseline bear. Bears are baseline, basically. Yeah, we've been doing basically just a little bit of sideways chop and a little bit of up and to the right. Sometimes a little bit up and to the downside. But for the most part, it's been a little bit more chipper in recent days since, of course, we got into July. All right, so let's clean this all up again, do it all again, show you guys where Bitcoin's going to go into tomorrow's, open, as we do every night. And no surprise, guys, we're going to win so much.
We're going to win so much, yes, you may even get tired of winning.
I want to just be wrong. I tell you guys this every night. Let's just be wrong tomorrow. Let's be wrong tomorrow. All right, hopefully we're wrong tomorrow. What time is it right now? So we only went on for about a half hour, less than a half hour. That was one of the shortest speeches yet. He had to go to the bathroom. We were talking about it. We're like, he's reading that teleprompter really fast. He's got to go to the bathroom. Jeez. 73K, Jake? Whoa. Canadian, though. You're talking about 73,000 Canadian. I never thought I'd hear you say 73K. It's got to be Canadian. Jeez. Jeez, what the hell, Jake? How's it going? Maple Mouther Breather, Canadian Diabetes in the chat. Diabito. Jesus, what the hell? No, Infinite Dollar. Okay, it's going to Infinite Dollar. I think Jake is, he's broke. Jake is broke. I think Jake finally flipped bullish. This is insane. I think it's a new day. I think it's a brand new day. You're going to get your crown back. Yes, huzzah. Canadian Kulab. I think he's broken. New teleprompter operator. Yes. Maybe that's why he was, yeah, maybe you're right, Cliff. Maybe that's why he was reading faster. Because the teleprompter operator was just different. Because he had to get rid of the other one for insider trading. That's so funny. All right. Let's do it, guys. Let's see where Bitcoin's likely going to go tomorrow. Again, we do this every single night. Nothing new here. Just too much winning. All right. Let's see where Bitcoin's going. Right now we're sitting at about 73,000. I'm sorry, did I say 73,000? You got it in my brain already. 63,800. Still the same price that we started the live stream on. 63.7, 63.8. Coming up a little bit there. Looks like it's going to start downturning on here on the smaller time frames, rolling over a little bit. But anyway, we do this every single night. On the 15 minutes, you'll only need to know three numbers. 9, 12, and 3. That's, of course, the morning open, the intraday trading, and the rollover, basically, to the wind down of the close. Then we do the same thing over again in the American market open. Okay, here we go. We're doing the thing. What's Bitcoin at right now? 10 o'clock. We're looking at a 63.8, 63.9. See if we get a little bit of an upward swing here in the foreign market. We do have South Korea closed, though, and they do love to trade crypto, so it's going to be a little flat, I think. Maybe our baseline should probably stop sooner rather than later. I'm going to probably stop at maybe 64.8. We're going to stop it at 64.8. 64.8. We'll get maybe a double top there. It will break maybe 64.9 if we're lucky. Then we'll roll that over about 3 o'clock in the morning. Then we'll do a thing, sideways chop here, and if we're lucky, we'll get a little bit of upswing here towards the morning open. Just a tiny little bit of it. Up, and it'll probably be up to the right around 64,006 maybe by the morning open. That's our baseline target for this evening. Let's get a little bit more opacity there. There we go. We're going to do our bear case scenario. Bear case scenario for Bitcoin. We're going to have down the trend line. It's 62.9. We bounce off there. We go a little bit lower. How much low can we go? Maybe China reacting negatively to what Trump just said. Maybe saying the end is near for America. Something extreme. I don't know, guys. I give you paint a picture, even if it's not pretty. Let's see, 62,500, still not feel like bearish enough, but fine, we'll just kind of chop over there. We'll do that for tonight on our bear case scenario, and then we got a bull case scenario. I'm not sure why this would happen, but, let's go to maybe 66. That's probably not even going to happen on a bullish read either, 66K. It's got to go up faster, though, and more aggressive. It's just not going to happen. And you guys know exactly where I've been feeling here recently anyway. How the market's been feeling anyway. It's more than likely just going to, be baseline. I'm just going to spoil it. Baseline bear. Yeah. You already know. It's like every freaking day. Groundhog Day. Okay, super bear case scenario. This is, of course, if we want to start World War III. Tonight, since we just accused the rest of the world of, I'm sure they have proof, right? They didn't say that without any proof. And we do know that during that election, I do remember some of the crazy stuff happening in Facebook. Like the Facebook fraud was insane. All the bots coming from China and Russia, again meddling in our election during that 2020. 4 election, not so much 23, 24, but 2020 was really crazy on Facebook with all the bots. I'll never forget that. And I am not left or right in any means. Okay, let's see. That's our super bear. Super bear is going to go down to 61,000. That's not super bearish enough, but screw it. It might happen. Tonight would be one of the days where it would happen. You just would least expect it. Come down there and hit that super bear target. Love to be wrong tomorrow. Love for it to happen. All right, and then of course our super bull case scenario would be about 73K. Jake, what the hell? How'd you know? How'd you know? 73K, yes, of course, is our Super Bowl. Why? Because in typical fashion in previous cycles, wow, that week I don't have enough room. I don't have enough runway for it. In previous fashion, yeah, we would get the Super Bowl candles. It would be about a $10,000 candle to the upside. Right now, we're putting in about 73,800, but who's counting? And we're definitely not in a bull run right now, so probably not going to happen, obviously. All right, so there we go. Everything's on the board now. This is what we typically see every single night. Where are we going, guys? Where are we going? More than likely, it's going to be baseline bear. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? I'm not. I already knew before I even obviously even said it. More than likely, it's going to be chopping maybe a little bit lower. Again, we do have the Cosby closed for a holiday. So the fur market is going to be kind of just depending on China and Russia and Germany for the most part. India, yeah, don't forget India. Yeah, for the most part. So no more fun in South Korea. So again, it's probably going to be right down the middle again, as per usual. Baseline bear. We'll see. We'll see where we land again. It's probably going to be right on top of it like always. Let's see what else we got. I don't want it to be, though. I don't want it to be. I'll take the Super Bear tonight. Let's do it. Super Bear down to 61. Screw it. Let's do it. It'll freak everyone out in the morning. It's just Bitcoin. All right. Kang knows knowledge, says Jake the Snake. Kang. Master Kang? Ontario oil minister. What? I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. Baptized breasted hippo. Damn. Like the hippo house hippo dump? Dump it. Send it to Super Bear. Super Bear.
They call them dumps. Big, massive dump.
Alright, guys. Alright. Well, I guess that's it. Kind of anticlimactic of an evening. I was hoping a little bit more chaos. We did get bingo at least. We kind of scrapped it though. That was a hard bingo. That was a hard bingo. We weren't prepared properly for it. I mean, yeah, Trump completely stuck to the teleprompter. No press and very short speech and highly focused on the past elections. So, yikes. Not a fan of that one. That wasn't that fun. But he did start chaos. I mean, you can't complain about that. He is our chaos president, and he has started a little bit more chaos. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. It is the last trading session in America tomorrow for the week, and then we're gonna go into the weekend. Some crypto likes to move on the weekend. You do know that, of course. Some of our favorites do like to move on the weekends. I'm excited to see what happens this weekend. We still have a little bit of runway left for the month. Again, we're only halfway through it in the month of July. Alright guys, hopefully we get some news for clarity. We should have saw some sort of like proof of meeting, but we didn't get it. We didn't get it on that ethics panel. So have a good night guys, stay safe, don't do anything stupid, right? You guys know the drill. Only invest more than you, don't invest any more than you're willing to lose. You know the cliche taglines, you get it, yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Have a good night. Crypto Otaku signing out. Later. the button. It's just broken. Everything's broken. Later, guys.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, hold my key. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh! Do my world more wrong and let me huddle forever more and more and more and more and more. I'm on board. I wish I could adore. In other words, I choose you. In other words, I love you.
All right, guys, here we are at McDonald's, back at my work.
I'm this
just got out of my
close,
car.
guys. This
We're
freaking
gonna go
close
back
to
to work
reformatting my
and
computer again.
see if we can talk to
it's
some of these
peeving me
kids.
off, man.
Get him invested in some crypto. Yeah.
Nothing wants to work right out the gate, like everything. Like,
Here we go.
All right. What's got in the fortune cookie
We're
today?
going to
What we got?
McDonald's. I'm loving it. Yeah.
You will contemplate moving to your next travel destination.
Anyone
soon.
here?
Oh my God, guys! You
No one's
cannot
at
make
McDonald's
this shit
today.
up. And for those who know, yes, we're taking the
happy?
show on.
Put a
the
smile
road,
on.
Of course,
Are you happy? Put a smile on. Because Bitcoin's going up in a big way.
We're going to moving to Thailand by the end of the year.
Give me this.
So I do love seeing these. Those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Why can't I hold my drink?
All right, guys. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. You know the drill. Double stuffed taco. Yes. Right here.
There we go.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have some more digital ventures going back
we're
to
at McDonald's
VR soon.
today.
Maybe.
Close the door.
Twice the pride, double the gway, says Jake and the Snake in the chat on
Where's
the outro.
Mondo? Mondo!
Hopefully Gway
Let me check
will
on Mondo
get the
real quick.
final bounce. That's what we're hoping.
That's
what we're hoping for anyway. I wish you all luck in your endeavors, and you already know what how I feel about this one. So, later guys, later. Catch you in the AM.